Yeah, man, I'm about to go ahead and maybe embarrass myself a little bit, but, I do it for y'all. On the phone right now, producer, writer, rapper, the homie Kwame joins the show, sharing the mic for a few minutes. Yeah, man.
Yo, what up?
All right, so here's the deal. This is what we got to do before we even start the interview. I need you to do something. You got to explain something to my moms. You know what I'm saying?
To your mom?
To my mom.
Okay.
Because when I was in 6th or 7th grade, right, I'm bugging Mom, I got to get the polka dots, Mom. I got to get the patent leather shoes with the chrome tips for this dance. And her question to me is why? And I'm, the answer, because it's cool. Because I want to. And I couldn't explain to her why. So now you got to explain to me so I can explain to her what was the significance of the polka dots and the tornado. Is that what it was, dude? Because we just made that, or did we make that up? The tornado in the hair, is that what that was?
Everybody was like, it's Africa. Everybody was it's a tornado or whatever. But before I get into the street, the significance of the polka dots was simple. It was, first of all, it wasn't anything that was intended at first. But what it was to say, look, we love hip-hop, we love rap, but we're not going to be the stereotype of what you think a rapper or a hip-hop head dresses like. And the stereotype was the fat rope chain,
right,
the beeper, the track suit, or whatever was the typical rapper outfit at the time. So, for example, I remember getting in trouble. Like, my godfather found like a messed up beeper that didn't work, and I had a job at a grocery store, and I spent $30 on a fake fat rope, and I had the rapper suit on, and I was going to like a school dance. I was probably in the 9th grade, and my pops got on me. He's like, yo, why are you out here looking like these damn drug dealers?
Right.
Going
See,
in.
You got to explain that to people that's what a beeper meant back then, because it was so long ago.
Yeah, so it's like there was a key to looking a certain way. Like, drug dealers wanted to look like rappers wanted to look like drug dealers, and the whole movement of what I was doing, or what I still do, is, okay, we can dress off tilt. You know what I'm saying? We can rock fly silk shirts with blazers and slacks and dope shoes. Keep our hair sharp. You know what I'm saying? Our flat top sharp or Gumby sharp, and we can stand apart, and we can say that we are above what you think we are because of the music and the culture that we're in.
Damn it, man. I wish I'd have known you then. You could explain that to her then, and she would have bought it for me. That's a real good explanation. Other than my dumb ass just saying it's cool.
Well, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, that's the other important part. We made that cool when it wasn't supposed to be cool. You know, but what you should have done, going back to the 7th grade, you should have gave her the alternative. Well, you can give me this fat rope. And buy me this beeper.
I knew that wasn't going to fly.
Exactly. So, do you want me to dress with some slack shoes and a nice shirt? Or do you want to give me these brand new Jordans that cost $100 that parents wasn't trying to feel? They wasn't feeling that back then.
Yeah, especially not my cheap
so
ass
it was like,
daddy. Hell no.
Exactly.
Hell no.
So it was just being alternative. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. He's rapper, writer, producer, Kwame. Follow him on or like his Facebook page, Kwame the Boy Genius. On Twitter, he's at Kwame Did It. On IG, Kwame Vision. We're gonna talk to him about his new music label here in a second, Make Noise Music. But first, let's talk about what you did on Instagram last week. I got it here, and I want the people to hear it who haven't heard it, and then we can kind of break it down a little bit. It's about a minute long, y'all, so y'all kind of bear with us for a second. But I think I didn't cut it or anything because I think it's important to hear the entire message, the inflection, everything, how it was said. So y'all check this out for a minute.
I don't care. I don't care about who's on the NBA team. I don't care about how many days till kickoff. I don't care about celebrity weddings. I don't care about Empire. I don't care about who dissed who on the record. I don't care about Hillary's emails. I don't care about Trump. I don't care about who's on tour. I don't care about a gorilla being shot. I don't care about the new Jordans dropping. I don't care about stupid Snapchat and IG videos. What I care about is the fact that every day I fear for the lives of my son, brother, friends, cousins, uncles, and myself. I care about the fact that we are not considered equal under the law, and I may face death just by going about my normal daily routine. But you know what? On days like yesterday, we get that reminder that it's not sweet out here. But what happens? We beef, we may go out for a month and take to the streets, but then football, basketball starts, someone drops an album, and then we back to sucking our thumbs like it's all good. But what happens when the reminders run out? How do you tell people in a coma to wake up?
How do you tell them, brother? I'm going to let you have it. You know what I'm saying?
So how much time you got? Because
go ahead, let's run.
There's a lot of codes in that. You know, I had to break it down for a minute, but it's a mixture of a lot of different things.
Yeah.
First of all, you know, the first thing is pre the murders of the most recent police murders. Pre that. You know, I would do interviews, and the top topics, and whether it's my interviews or whether it's one of my artists doing an interview, the key questions will always be, what do you think about this season of Empire? Or what do you think about Rihanna's album?
Yeah.
Or what do you think about Beyonce's tour? And I have nothing against any of those things, because those are black people working, and they're doing it. You know, they're not being malicious against anybody. They're doing what they got to do, and they're getting paid for it.
Right.
But my concern started to be like, with everything that's going on in this world, those are the top three questions that you're going to ask a black artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if our world had to revolve around that.
Dude, it's so funny, man. Right before you came on, I was talking about that exact same thing. It's like there needs to be this perspective. The conversation that you and I are having right now, like, damn the fact that I'm doing a sports show. Like, real life is happening. You know what I mean? And real life that affects people who look like me. I can't just keep talking about Dwight Howard and Kevin Durant when dudes is getting murdered in the street. You understand?
Exactly. And I can't, you know, I know this is a sports show, and don't crucify me for this, but I'm the worst sports person you can ever speak to. I don't know nothing about nobody.
No problem, brother.
But what I do know is, you know, what I do know is I see more people standing online for a pair of Jordans. Yep. But I've yet to ever see Jordan ever speak up for anything or anybody. I've never seen it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, if it has happened, but I have never seen it.
Nah, that ain't his move, man. Like, even back in the day, remember, they was trying to get him to speak about the kids getting murdered for Jordans and starter coats and all that kind of stuff when it was popular, like in 90s, 91. His famous comment is, Republicans buy shoes too. Like, that was his way of saying, I'm not on nobody's side.
You know, so you see, and for you to say that's not even his move.
Right.
You know, so that to me is an issue. That to me is an issue where you have kids in neighborhoods, and I'm almost off topic, but I'm going to jump back on.
Nah, you good.
You got kids in neighborhoods that their rent may be, you know, super low income rent may be $300-400 a month plus bills or whatever, and half of that is going to the new 11s that dropped on Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of think that's a little bit more important than what Empire showed the week before. You know what I'm saying? So it's starting to build up. You know, it's starting to build up that I hear more about Harambe, the gorilla, than, you know, whoever the black or brown child that got murdered that week. Matter of fact, I know Harambe's name more than the 6-month-old that got killed in a crossfire in Detroit.
And it shouldn't be, man. We live in America.
You know what I'm saying?
That shouldn't be.
So, you know, and somebody could say, well, all you got to do is look it up and you can find the girl's name. Cool. But Harambe is being put in my face every 5 minutes.
That's far from the point. Right.
You know? So then I see more people on Instagram showing me that they at the Formation tour, and God bless Beyonce, she got to make her money, but I don't see those same people at a Black Lives Matter rally, you know, maybe the next 2 weeks later. You had to pay $100 to get to that tour.
Mm-hmm. $100? That
rally, you just had to get on the damn bus or take a car or walk and get there for free. And the rallies are just as long.
How do we...
If not, maybe shorter.
Let me ask you this, man. We're talking to rapper, writer, and producer Kwame. Make sure you follow him online or on social media, whatever, on Twitter at Kwame Did It. How do we remedy what you're talking about? That prioritization that we have, or the lack thereof, as a community, where we've been kind of conditioned to, and I'm saying we in this situation because I fall into that, to wear our status on our bodies, or let people having to see our status to feel important.
This is, and back to my 60-second rant on Instagram. That's the thing. What the black community has done and has done for years. This is a generational thing.
Yeah.
We feel that money is the equalizer. You know, we feel like maybe they won't bother us because they see we have money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like that old thing that people do when they want to go into a high-end store. They get dressed up.
Yeah.
They don't think they'll be followed. They don't think they'll be followed.
Right.
You just a black person with a suit on. That ain't nothing. Matter of fact, the other side, like for the old school cats, if you watch Trading Places, they make bets to see how you're going to blow your money.
Right, and get back to be a dude on the street. Yeah.
You know, and it's funny, and I learned it a long time ago when I was a kid. It was like, I know children of billionaires. I know, very rich white guys. And I remember, like, one time I thought I was popping. I had all this Gucci on, and I walked in one of my dude's offices, and he was like, "Okay, thank you for letting me know where you just spent your last check."
Damn. Reality check immediately.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then going to places like Ghana and seeing 100% real poverty put another reality check in, and I understood the way things kind of really are, and we as a people feel that money and status will equalize it. How many people in the hood that live more? How many people in the projects in the hood that got the new Jordans, got a Benz, got whatever new gear on,
mm-hmm.
but you still right here.
Right.
So the thing that helps us prioritize is the understanding and knowing that, yes, in the eyes of God, we are all equal, but in the eyes of society, we are not. And when we really understand that we are not considered equal, we're not going to be treated equal, and money is not our equalizer, we will start to prioritize in a different way, and prioritize by circulating dollars amongst ourselves and doing things within our own community, and building more or less black oases. And I know it could be a far stretch, but that was one of the things pre-integration that made the black community very strong. When we were segregated. We were forced to build ourselves up. We were forced to build our own universities. We were forced to build our own grocery stores and clothing stores and things like that. And soon as the dollar started rising in our pockets, the separation came and the classism came, or it expanded, and it caused us to lose track. So now you have, I don't know how old you are, but
I'm 39, brother. I'm right behind you.
Okay, so yeah, I'm 43. So it's like, our parents before us made a certain amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
Our grandparents, our grandparents made even less, and our great grandparents made even less. So now we're at the point where we make money at our age, where our children think it's all good, it's all equal,
Man.
It's all sweet. They can go to the same private schools as the white kids do, or the richer kids do. I don't want to super make it the black and white thing.
Yeah, I got you.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And we drive the same kind of cars that we only wish that we can have. We live in these little McMansions now that, that give us the appearance that we got something popping. We could go down. I'm from New York, so the price of anything is super high. But the New Yorkers now can go down to Atlanta or go down to the Carolina, anywhere down south, and buy a crib that they would have never believed that they was able to get for a fraction of the price that they're used to. And we just building on those brands, and it's desensitizing us. And then we can't even understand why the cops stopped us, or we can't understand why, we get discriminated against because we think it's super sweet out here.
That it's not supposed to be
and
that
it's
no
not.
more.
Every day we get a reminder that it ain't.
Let's switch gears for a second real quick. And we're talking to rapper, writer, producer Kwame. He's on Instagram at Kwame Vision. Let's kind of get into your wheelhouse before we run out of time. Because I want to, when I was reading your stuff, man, I'm like, hold on. This dude is everywhere, but kind of like nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, you're not in the spotlight anymore, but give the people an idea of some of the things that you've been involved in that they may not even know that Kwame had his hands on it.
I'm not a good person that preaches about themselves or anything.
And they bragging. Just give us the facts. You know what I mean? Just give us the facts.
For the last several years, I've produced artists from anywhere from 50 Cent, Lloyd Banks, Missy Elliott, Keisha Cole, Christina Aguilera, Mary J. Blige, LL Cool J, even Will Smith, even Raven Simone. I've done music for over 12 films right now, and now I currently have a record label through Capitol Records called Make Noise, and the flagship artist on that label is R&B artist Vivian Green, who
she's soulful, boy.
We've had a great success with her singles this year and last year. So, my thing is this, man. I want to be able to have a very long career. And, I've been in it for 27 years. A lot of music people can't necessarily say that.
Right.
And sometimes it's just bigger than yourself. I like to put my name on things, but I don't like to walk around like I did this, I did that, I did this. I don't like talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me do it for you real quick. This dude has been attached to over 30 million records sold, man. And like, if you're like me, if anybody's like me, they just heard that, because I'm thinking Kwame from my preteen years. It's like, man, where this dude been? I've been seeing everybody having these throwback concerts. I don't really see Kwame on them. Yeah, Kwame been working, working, man. Good for you, dude. Finish this sentence.
I would like to be on some of them throwback concerts because I love performing, man.
Yeah.
We
love to see. They do them down here all the time.
Yeah. Where are you located?
I'm in Atlanta.
So they just had one. They just had one on Saturday.
Right.
With Slick Rick, Doug Fresh, Kane. I was actually there, but I didn't perform. But it was dope. It was dope.
Finish this sentence for me. Hip hop in 2016 is.
Hip hop in 2016.
Yeah, as we sit now here now, what's your perception of where the game is now?
Oh, the game is all over the place to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think hip hop in 2016. The best way to put it is there's now an official generation gap.
Okay.
With hip hop.
Explain that to me.
You have cats from our generation that says this hip hop ain't real hip hop. You have cats, the kids, that think hip hop, what their hip hop is real hip hop, and old school is super whack. So, you got heads butting against each other about what's real, what's trash. And I think for us, we come from a generation where we've seen it created from the ground up. It's like us living in homes built from stone and wood and steel and constructed in a way where now our kids' homes are just built out of some plastic and paper.
Technology, right.
Yeah, and it just, our homes took 30 years to build. Their homes take 2 weeks to build. And so we look at it in a different way. And then I think there's certain artists like Kendrick, Cole, that are in the middle that can bridge those gaps. As long as we have a wide spectrum of artists, and we don't just focus, say, on trap or focus on underground or whatever, that's the thing that'll, I think, bridge that gap. But as of now, if you're just hearing these one-dimensional records,
yeah,
it kind of messes with the legacy of hip hop, because now I think hip hop, in the long run, I think hip hop is now like a parody of itself.
In what way?
What we used to joke about hip hop, like if you watch an old school movie and they had like a terrible rapper or whatever.
Oh, okay, I got
you. That's what hip hop actually is right now. and you can just look back on it. It's like it. That's the issue, and that's the issue. I don't want to sound like the old school hater dude, because I'm not. Because I find good stuff in a lot of rappers that other rappers hate.
Sure.
Like I listen to, like, if I really sit down and listen to Young Thug, for example, I'm like, dude got rhymes. I may not like all his records, but I can hear what he's saying. Or even Designer. You can't understand half the thing he's saying in Panda, but I've heard him freestyle, and I'm like, okay, I hear what he's saying.
Okay.
But I need him to translate this on a record that maybe I need to feel. And I've resigned to the fact that this form of rap may not be for me.
Yeah, I think that's the important thing to do.
Yeah, we grew up on hip hop, so we think all hip hop is ours. But the beauty of hip hop is now it is transcended into another generation that may not be ours anymore.
And doesn't the game need that too? As far as, when the rap game started, it was described as a fad, like something that would fizzle out. But it continues to metamorphosize and continues to evolve generation by generation, with the clothes, with the speech, with the music itself. And I think that is, to me, I think that's the lifeblood of the culture. I don't even call it music anymore. I think hip hop has gone from being, a hip hop, a rap song, to now it's a culture in our clothes and our walk.
Lifestyle. Yeah, all day. And I think now it's going to be generational, because you think about it. I say hip hop has 3 to 4 generations.
Okay.
You have the original hip-hop heads that are in their mid-50s now. They were into funk and disco, and then they got into the original rap, like Sugar Hill Gang, Treacherous 3, Furious 5. And we were little kids. So we could have gotten into it, we might not have gotten into it. Then you got golden era rap, where, for me, I think it started in, like, say, 85, and that went all the way into, say, 92 to 95. And some people stuck on that. They don't like anything after that. Then you have the bling era rap from 95 to, say, 2001, when everything was about, it was still hard and it had edge to it and still had diverse, but it was about getting that money. And some people can't stop after 2001. And then it just went into this phase that it is now.
Yeah,
I don't know what you want to call it.
Got into like the auto tune in and so forth.
Yeah,
and so on.
It just went into that but it's going to turn into something else.
Yeah, and
we might think that this is bad. What happens? What's next? The next thing might be even 10 times worse than this.
Dude, I was just telling Renee. I was just telling Renee about that. Like that song, that 50 Cent song. I came back with that In the Club. I was like, like it or not, that is a generation's classic record. That's like a Marvin Gaye record, because as soon as the first beat hit, you know exactly what the song is. You know exactly what the words are. And that song will last. To me, I think it'll last another 20, 30, 40 years. It's going to last forever. And maybe you don't like it, maybe you do, but it is what it is. I got a couple more things for you before I let you go. We're going to go over a little bit, but I don't care, because I'm loving the conversation. I want to know about your daughter, man, because you talk about the hip hop being generational, but you're actually living it. Like your daughter's an artist, right?
No, I have a son.
I'm sorry.
Wait, hold on. I got a daughter.
Yeah, I done put one on you, didn't I? You are the father, Kwame.
You telling me something I don't know?
Your son, I'm sorry, is an artist as well. So now, like, first of all, what does he think about your music? And now that he does music, how are you helping him? Appreciate what came before him while he moves on to the next step.
My son appreciates what came before him.
Yeah. That's because of his dad, right?
My son is, and it really don't have nothing to do with me. It's like, I think my son, he's 24. So he's like, his favorite classic hip-hop record for him is Hip Hop Hooray. That's like, it starts there for him.
I got you.
And which is, I still think is dope. And I think that he understands, but yet doesn't understand. What he does not understand, which a lot of people, if anybody knows anybody in their 20s, you will all know this. He thinks everything may have to be handed to him, as opposed to getting out there and doing the legwork.
Yeah.
And his thing is, well, Dad, you're this and you do that and that, so you can just, you just give me the keys, without learning the trade. And so that's the only place I think we butt heads. It's just like, okay, you want to be you rap, and you have a whole studio facility to yourself. You can just, when I ain't using it, you can use it. Fine. But what are you doing to be a rapper?
Yeah.
I know when I was a kid, and I was trying to be a rapper, there were people in the music industry. I knew Salt and Pepper. I knew Herbie Lovebug. I knew Kid and Play. I knew Cool G Rap. These were people in my neighborhood. I knew Eric B. These are all people, but I never expected them to do anything for me. My thing was, I'm going to show you that this is what I can do, and if you can help, cool. If not, I will find someone else who can.
Right. That's real stuff.
And I need him and any young person, because it ain't just about him, but any young person that's trying to do it. If this is something that you're meant to do, you're going to do it whether your parents help you or not.
Yeah.
Period. I used to sneak out of my house. I've gotten in more trouble as a teenager due to trying to rap than anything else.
Now look at you.
I'm in trouble in school because I cut class 3 times. I didn't leave the school. I had a battle. In the lunchroom. I didn't go to science class today. So, my pops come back after parent-teachers night, like, wait a minute. Where did you go yesterday? Oh, I was in school.
Yeah.
I was just rhyming. We was in the hallway. We was here. We were there, So, even if my son had gotten into trouble like that in high school, I wouldn't have been super mad at him because I would understand it. So I think, it's instilling that into him, because you can always, everybody know how to rap nowadays. It ain't that hard to rap.
Well,
now,
I like to put that theory to the test. I had no skills at all. Any.
Neither do half of the people that's out right now.
Well, touche. So what
can you do?
Last thing I want to get from you, man, I want to get more details on your new label, man. You talked about Vivian Green, but I know it don't stop there. What's to come?
So, with Make Noise, I want to keep it as like a super boutique label, and I'm focusing on artists, like well-rounded artists, meaning like a Vivian, somebody that knows how to write their own music, write their own songs, and knows exactly where they're going or where they would like to go. Not just somebody goes, all right, she's pretty, she can sing, what can you do with her? You know, that's not the type of work that I personally want to get into. I want to get into developing artists that have that well-rounded drive, that can jump in their own car and go.
Right.
And so you know, I have an artist named Rob Joseph, a rapper out of Queens that's ill as hell. Another female singer out of New York, also named Sarai, that's, you know, very dope. But the thing about them, what I like about working with them and anybody else who I work with, they can have a future in the music business if this artist thing falls apart.
Gotcha.
And I tell them that all the time. Like my rapper, I'll be like, yo, you know, if this stuff don't work, you would be a perfect A&R. Don't just see the fact that you're a rapper right now, because I'm looking for people that want to have a career, and I want to help shape and build people's career in the music industry. Not the short sight is the artist thing. Not all artists get to have 10, 15, 20 albums and rock for the rest of their life as an artist. You got to figure it out. You know, don't just do this because it's a fad, and then when the fad blows out, you don't know where you want to go.
Yeah.
So I like to see that in people. You know, certain the same things that I see in myself. You know, I didn't see myself just as a rapper. You know, I want to see people that can move a little bit further than that.
That's what it is, man. Hey, man, the conversation was awesome, man. I appreciate you joining me, man. And like I said,
thanks for having me,
like I said, man, it was so wild, man. Like a dude that I was trying to emulate as a sixth grader and seventh grader. Here I am at 39 years old, getting the opportunity to talk to you, man, and holler at you, man. So appreciate you, man, and the best luck to you in everything you're doing, man. No doubt, man. Have a good one, Kwame.
All right, man. Peace.